Hello, my name is Andrea Pulido, and I will be doing my presentation on my genogram. So originally, I wanted to do a Google slide to have more of a picture view of my genogram, but unfortunately, that's not how it worked out. Um, I did this template on the Family Tree Builder, and I'm gonna go ahead since it's too big, I will be zooming in and going over the information so that we can be on the same page. So let's dive right into this. So here is my genogram. I have my first generation, second generation, third generation, and then I also added in my great grandparents. So diving right in here is myself. Hi, my name is Andrea Polito. I was born September 24th, 2001. I am a female. I am single, not married, and no kids. I was also born in the United States, in Brawley, California. My brother over here, I have only one sibling, one brother, was also born in Brawley, California. He is a 2005 baby, male, single, and no kids as well. All right, and then here we have my parents. Here is my mom, Selma Pulido. She was born in Mexicali. She is from 1978. She is a female, married since April 1990 with my father, Juan Pulido. He was born in Los Angeles, California. He is from 1977. He is a male, and he's been married with my mom since April 1990. They just celebrated their 25 plus years not that long ago. Took a special trip to Cancun. And they, of course, have two beautiful, loving kids. And my brother is a junior. He's actually the third. You'll see why. All right, diving right in. Let's go with my mom's side of the family first. Here we have my grandparents, which are my mom's parents. We have here my grandma, Lidia Quinones. She was born in Mexicali. She is from 1959. She is a female. She's been married with my grandpa, Gustavo Quinones, since 1980. And they have four kids. She is a stay-at-home wife. And my mom is the oldest from her four siblings. She is the oldest and the only female. My grandpa here, Gustavo Quinones, he's a male. He's been married with my grandma since 1980, four kids, and he is a retired warehouse worker. He was also born in Mexicali. Funny story, my grandparents were neighbors, and that's how they met. What a cute love story. All right, diving right in here. Let's start off with my mom's mom first. Her parents, which are my great grandparents. Nelly Serrano Polanco, she is still alive. She is the only grandparent that is alive at the moment. She was born in 1936. She's a female. She has been divorced since 1990 with my great grandpa Jesus Soto. She has 8 kids with my great grandpa. And fun fact, she owned a restaurant in Mexicali, which I had no idea about until I asked my mom. And she's like, "Hey, guess what? She owned a restaurant." I was like, "Oh wow, I did not know that. That's interesting." My great grandpa Jesus Soto, I unfortunately didn't know him. He passed away before I was born. He had 8 kids with my grandma, and he was a mechanic. Now going into my mom's dad, which is my grandpa parents. Salome Palacios was my great grandma. She unfortunately passed away on Valentine's Day. I remember in middle school going to her funeral. How sad. She's female. She passed away again February 24, 2014. She was divorced and had 4 kids with my great grandpa, Gustavo Quinones. She was a professor in a university in Mexicali. I'm not too sure which, because no one seems to know from my family, which is not good, but I was not able to get that information. But I know that she was a professor, and we would call her profe. I don't know why. Instead of grandma, we call her profe because she was very strict. Now, my great grandpa, Quiñones, he unfortunately left my grandma. Um, I'm not sure what year it was. I really didn't know my grandpa that much, but I know that left my he left my grandma. They were living in Mexicali. He moved to the United States and he got with another lady, and they had another family, which involved cheating. So that is why they were divorced. But they had four beautiful kids. Um, and he was an engineer. All right, now starting off on my dad's side of the family, which are my grandparents. Yolanda Llamas, that is my dad's mom. She was also born in Mexicali. She is a female. She has never been married. She's been single, has four kids with my grandpa here, Juan Pulido. She's a retired field worker. My dad said growing up, they would move a lot because of the seasons. And she had four kids. My dad is the second oldest. He has two sisters, two brothers, including him. Juan Pulido, which is, I was like, whoa, that's my dad. That is my dad's dad. He, my dad is a junior, which makes my brother a junior third, I believe. Junior the third. I'm not sure how that works. Um, so yes, he was also born in Mexicali. He's a male, single, never got with my grandma. He unfortunately passed away in 2016. I don't know his profession. He had mental issues, so he wasn't really around in my dad's life as when he was young. So I really don't know that much information about him. But before his passing, I did get to know him a little bit. And on my written reflection, I wrote a little bit um on how that could happen, and how I really don't know my grandpa's side of the family. Now, going here, I'm just gonna go with my grandmas first, ladies first. So, fun fact, I was named after my great grandma, Andrea Vasquez. Um, my dad's favorite grandma was my great grandma, Andrea Vasquez. So he named me after her, and he also named me after her because she passed away the year I was born. So, yes, she passed away a couple months before I was born and decided to name me Andrea, which I love the name. She is a female. She was married with my grandpa Enrique Llamas. She was a stay-at-home wife and she had five kids. And she was also from Mexicali. My great grandpa here, Enrique Llamas, he was also from Mexicali, and he was a male married to my grandma. He was an engineer and he had five beautiful kids. My grandma is the second oldest as well. Crazy thing, since I really have no knowledge of him. Um, he was born in 1905, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's almost the 1900s. That's crazy how time goes by really fast. And going here, my grandpa's side of the family, his parents have here Rosario Machine, that is my great grandma. She is a female. She was married with my grandpa Salvador Pulido. She was a stay-at-home wife and she had eight kids. You know who also had eight kids? My great grandma. So both sides of the family, the great grandparents had eight kids. Yikes. So he was also born in Mexico. Not not too sure since I really don't know my grandpa's side of the family that much. This was the basic information I could get out of my parents that he was a male. He was married to my grandma Rosario. He passed away in 1990, and he had 8 kids with my grandma. Um, since he passed away before I was born, I really had no knowledge of him. But as my grandpa in 2016 was passing away, I did get to meet my great grandma, and she passed away last year, unfortunately. But it was nice to know a side of the family that you're not really familiar to all the issues from the past. But this is my family tree. My first generation, second generation, third generation, and grandparents. Thank you for watching, and I hope you saw that I had a simple family. Most of my family was from Mexico. I believe that our first generation, also attaching my dad, was the only generation that was born in the United States. Other than that, everyone else was born in Mexico. And I definitely did learn a lot about my family here. I only knew the basic about my family because nobody likes to really open up. So you ask these really deep questions are like, why are you asking me that? But it's good to know because I like to learn about the history of my family, where they were born, how they were raised, and so on. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day.